All right, guys, welcome back. So, yes, RX-8 LS swap. How is it going? Um, the first video I put out there, nobody really watched it for whatever reason. I don't know, because it had a copyright, maybe that's why, or whatever the case may be. But anyways, one person left a comment there. They wanted to know how it was going. So I put the other video out there just playing around because it was kind of in the middle of a bunch of stuff on it, right? So what did we do to this thing? Okay, well, where do we even start? So I got an aluminum block LS for this thing. It came originally with the iron. So I got the aluminum block LS and didn't really know much about it. So I figured while it was apart, I should probably do some of the generic things that everybody does, because the LS sometimes has oiling issues. You don't really know what you're getting, yada, yada, yada. So we'll put the motor on the stand. I pulled it apart. I checked the rod bearings and the main bearings, and then was going to put a cam in it, obviously. So I went with the Richard Holdner knockoff of the BTR Truck Norris cam and the springs to match it. And I didn't want to be dealing with a lifter tick or front and rear main seals leaking. So you're right there. So I did timing chain. I did a Mellings, I think that's what it's called, Mellings oil pump, high volume, regular pressure. Timing chain put in it, did the cam, did the lifters, the heads were off. So I decided to do a little bit of head work while I was there. My particular case, I might put a turbo on this thing later. I'm not too sure, but I have a couple sets. I have two sets of heads here. They're both 862, which is the highest compression, but got smaller valves in it. So we shaved it a little bit more, down 30 thousandths. I did some home porting on it, and we put the bigger, I didn't put them in. My buddy's got the machine shop. He put the bigger 246 valves back into the heads. And then we did 5-angle cut on it. So that was really what I did for motor work on this thing. Like I said, if I can get to a turbo later, we will, but I just want to get it going for now. So I'll show you where I'm at anyways. We're making some progress. So where to even start here? So let's start with the pickup wheel. Or down here, actually, so with everybody, like, I don't know about everybody, so it's common that you need the steering, you need to lower the power steering rack on this thing. And I wasn't buying anything, so my buddy actually made me these brackets. I'll cut in a better picture of them. It took some measuring and some playing around, but we got it. And then I was able to track down a stock steering shaft, and then he just made me a collar that fits over all the spines, so on and so forth. So he took care of that. The same, my buddy Kevin, same thing. So for the LS swap, you need that pickup wheel or whatever. This is a factory pickup wheel, the crank position sensor. That's what turns the RPM. When the computer reads the RPM spinning, it turns on the power steering, gives you the tach. But this was the first design, and the only problem that we ran into is because I sent him this as a F body, the Camaro offset, which is tighter. Truck offset, this probably would have worked, but so you need to use a puller to get the harmonic balancer off, because it's really on there, and there's not going to be enough room to get the puller in there afterwards when this thing is like that tight. So this we thought was going to work, but it's not. So I basically sent him another one, and he's going to basically make these notches on the outside here, and then I'll just position the crank position sensor over there to pick it up. It's not a timing thing. It's just so the Mazda computer will see that the RPM is spinning. It turns on the power steering, gives tachometer. Headers, I'm not going to be too concerned about headers. I tried a bunch of different manifolds, a bunch of different generic headers, and all of them had clearance and hitting issues. So my thought is if we do get into a turbo on this thing, I can put turbo down in the bumper here, and with the AC compressor still there, I should still be able to get a good 3-inch or 4-inch oval exhaust back through there. So that's kind of where I got on there. The way I did the motor mounts, I just got some generic ones. I just kind of notched it around the cradle here, and I figured out the measurement just by putting some wood in here and shaving it up and down, and just taking a ton of measurements, so on and so forth, until I got it where I thought everything was going to fit. And that's where we got. So I guess really where I'm at on this thing. So I'm just this side here, I port matched it. I got the other one sitting over there. I got to just port match that one up for the other side. I got to jump the relay. One of these is the fuel, and figure out which one of these back here is vent and which one is fuel pressure, because it has non-stock, non-returning fuel system, and I'm going to start with that. Probably just going to update the pump or whatever, and that's pretty much there. Then I got the HP tuner cable ordered. So that's going to give me the ability to turn the VATs off. And then, yeah, should be like, I got to figure out the rad and where the battery's going, and I got to relocate that the ABS module. It's got to get relocated. So I'm kind of puttering around about where I'm going to put the battery, how I'm going to get the radiator in there, the ABS module, and an intake running through there without having to do it too many times. So I'm kind of just moving things around, and kind of trying to plan it out. I'm hoping maybe this week we'll have it started. I'm not that far from it, I don't think. Hopefully. And if you guys want to see some more videos on how I'm doing the wiring or something like that, let me know and I'll keep you guys updated. But yeah, like getting close anyways. It's in there, but it's a long ways to go. A lot of engineering, a lot of patience, right? So anyways, guys, you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you on the next one.